YouTube faithful, it's Taco Tuesday. Welcome back to the mix. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, what you need to know is this. I cover NBA, MLB, NFL, and more, including the WNBA during season. What I'm going to do today is give you my thoughts and analysis on the tacos, the best pairs for them, ranging from a double up outcome all the way to a 10x outcome. What you need to do is lock in, get a snack, a Red Bull, popcorn, chips, whatever have you, and let's put this thing together. All I ask is you like that video and hit subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. Now, I know I've been away. I was my sister's wedding. It was a wonderful time. Had to do it, fam. I went away. I'm back now in the office, first day back. And then in addition to that, when I was down there, I cracked my tooth the last day there, my molar. So the moment I landed back home, had to go get a crown. They put a temporary one in. Luckily, there's no pain right now. And then I guess I go back when the crown, the full one, is there to get it placed up there. So it has been an insane couple of days, but that's just how life is when you put these videos out. I've still been doing content for the Discord. The live streams will be back today at 5:30 Central. With NBA and MLB here, it is very difficult for me to get everything out early, but I do it each and every day. What I want to talk about first, Giannis is the taco. By the time this video is live, he's probably going to be gone. So whatever the next taco is, this is what I think you should pair it with, okay? You have three options. You got Chris Sale playing the Dodgers. Now, before you go, Cap, the Dodgers, they're so good, they're this, they're that. I agree. And Sale has sell right in the name. Can I get crispy? If you understand what's going on here, can I get a crispy in the chat? The name is Chris Sale, and he's looking to sell slips. But we did take him on March 27th at 5.5 Ks versus the Padres, a tough team to strike out, and bang, he was able to get it done. So I think today versus the Dodgers, he's going to get it done, and PrizePicks has given us a wide array of outcomes. 4.5 for the 2X, 5.5 for the 2.5X, or the crispy 3X with the push equity if you think he's going to get 7. I personally taking him at 5.5 because it's 2.5. If you want an ultra conservative route, you can go 4.5. Remember, what we're looking for is range of outcomes, and I got it pulled up for you right here, Chief. Looky, Captain Crush has got some hookies, okay? The floor is 4. Now, most of you don't understand MLB, but you will, because Captain Crush is going to be putting these videos out all summer long, and I'm also going to be making TikTok shorts and YouTube shorts to help you understand what's what, and I'm conducting a live stream this week in the Discord on how to cook MLB. What's a whip? What is a pitch arsenal? And how can we apply it to making a winning lineup? What does all this stuff mean? What is WOBA, Cap? Well, it's weighted on base average, and I'm going to tell you what that means in this live stream this week, so make sure you're in the mix. Okay, you can see that Chris Sale from 2024 is in the 97th percentile for strikeouts. He's a solid strikeout pitcher, but he does have a wide range of outcomes. But at 5.5 to 6, we are looking crispy. Now, again, this is all last season's data, so we can't take it too much. But the one head-to-head matchup we have from September 14th, 2024, over a year ago, basically, he played them Dodgers, and he had 6 Ks. Now, that doesn't mean anything to me, okay? It doesn't, because remember, all this stuff is old. But look at this. He's gone over 5.5 Ks in 26 of 29 game starts last season, okay? Now, that's important to remember. You say, well, Cap, how does he perform on the road? Well, he's exceeded 5.5 strikeouts in 7 straight games on the road. 8 strikeouts average, granted, last season. Now, you can see his pitch arsenal here. Slider, 40%. You can see versus the slider, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have a good weighted on base average versus him. And look who it is. It's the usual suspects. Oyarny and Betts, okay? So I try to look for, when I'm deciding what goblin or demon or whatever to take in MLB regarding the pitchers, I usually don't take demon stuff with the pitchers except for the pitching outs. I usually take the demons with the hitters for MLB, which I promise you, follow this channel, I'm going to feed you gobbies and demons all season long that are going to be hitting. But you can see he's got 4 3 times. So that line at 4.5 is basically his floor. 4 strikeouts is basically his floor, his true floor. And then you can see his ceiling was 12, but we know he's not going to get 12. We know he's not going to get 11 or 10. We know he's not going to get 9. His true ceiling tonight is likely 8. Okay, so that means between 4 as his floor, but his true floor, I believe, is 5. So 5 to 8 would be his range of outcomes. So taking the line at 4.5 or 5.5 should be hitting most of the time. Now, I can tell you all that, and he can still chalk us and get shelled in the first 3 innings. The way MLB works, if a pitcher goes out there, right? Most of you don't know. I will give you the cliff notes here. They go go out there, they don't have a set amount of pitches they're going to throw. They don't have a set amount of innings they're going to play. It's all performance dictated. If they go out there and they get shelled right away, guess what? Coach is going to yank them, the manager, if you will. So example, if he starts in the first inning and he's throwing gas, he's probably going to go longer, right? Well, not necessarily. It's all about his pitch count. So for example, if he gets a lot of throws a pitch, ground out, throws a 2 count, ground out, whatever, racks up a low pitch count and gets through the inning, he can necessarily rack up the pitching outs and run through the innings, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get 6 or 7, okay? Most of these pitchers are going to play roughly 84 to 96 pitches, right around in there, unless they're doing exceptionally well or exceptionally bad or something along those lines. So you have to know that, and as the season goes on, we'll get to see how long of a leash these guys get. I do offer a projection model system that lets you know how many I think they're going to get each and every day for each pitcher in the Discord, but that's that for Chris Sale, okay? So you compare him with whatever taco is coming up. I think it's going to be Ja Morant. Yes, it is. I'm not in love with this, but I take all tacos, so it is what it is. So that's for the MLB. I'm going to give you a couple more things with MLB. Now, another thing with MLB is the hitters. The hitters are very streaky, and the hot hand in MLB, in NBA is a thing, but the hot hand in MLB is 100% a thing. And let me talk to you for 5 seconds. Aaron Judge right now has the hot hand. He teed up on the Brewers and literally just went absolutely yarn. We finally get to say it in the baseball terms. Cap, it's yard. No, it's yarn. And Judge went yarn back to back. Now he's facing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Going to be a little bit tougher of a matchup, but at the end of the day, I am riding this hot hand. They don't have a hits, runs, RBIs, but they do have a hitter fantasy score. Now you can see they have the bases demons, the home runs, the hits. Half a hit gobbies are always fun, and I'm going to be making daily videos, short videos on my favorite half a hit going forward and or demons for MLB, because it is my favorite one to do it for. But you can also see that fantasy score at 9 is kind of good, because if they start to intentionally walk him, he's going to rack up points. He gets points for the hits, the runs, the RBIs. They don't have a 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs line for him. So this is it, and it is the most popular play because everybody sees that he's been going yarn. And then you have Ohtani, Yarny, if you will, 8.5 fantasy. They also don't have a 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Yarny gets intentionally walked. He racks up those points. Now, here's the thing. He's facing Chris Sale, so it is kind of bad correlation, but I will still have shares of Mr. Yarny today. Now, a lot of these hitters, like the Freddie Freeman, well, the Ellie Dela Cruz, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, Mookie Betts, they're always going to be in play. And when I say that, I mean each and every day. Okay, so Mookie Betts, doesn't matter who he's facing, at 1.5, it's going to be in play. Ellie Dela Cruz, not so much as a guy like Mookie, but I think Ellie Dela Cruz at 1.5 is still a little bit low. You could always take it. Same thing with, let's see if he's at, Ketel Marte, absolutely. My GOAT, Brian Reynolds from the Pirates, you can always take him. But man, the Pirates are off to a poverty start once again. I don't know what's going on, man. We need a new owner. We need something. We need something, because I'm about to jump ship. I'm just kidding, boys. I would never, ever. But at the end of the day, we need something. We need a miracle. But you could see these guys. Steven Kwan, he literally got 0 yesterday, but he's been a cash cow this season so far. He's always in the mix. Ian Happ. Now, listen, I'm not telling you guys to just go on here and take all these guys. I'm not. I'm just walking you through here so you can see. Look at this. 1.5 for Ohtani is now up. That's absolutely in the mix. Okay, he hasn't gotten a hit in 2 games, but he's been getting RBIs. He's absolutely in the mix. Now, again, I don't like that he's facing Sale because we take his strikeouts, but he's still in play. Same thing with Ozuna. I mean, all these guys, these are the heavy hitters, and as the season goes on, you will start to see Machado. Where's Tatis? Did they pull it? I think they just have a fantasy score for Tatis, but that's why apps like Chalkboard, Sleeper, Parlay Play, which we will show you momentarily, are good to have because they also offer 1.5s or 2s. They have a hitter fantasy score for Tatis. That's great. But all these guys, all the stud hitters are so much better than every other hitter. So at 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, they're always going to be in the mix. Okay, some people may argue that and blah, blah, blah. go ahead and watch the 1.5 hits, runs, RBI prop over the course of the season. By the end of the season, this is going to be at 2.5. So is Ohtani's. In the opening, it's still low. You can always take these guys, okay? It's pretty much just dealer's choice. I use a projection model that targets the individual pitcher versus the batter, the strengths and weaknesses, and I go from there. So if it equals 2 or 1.8, I target it. And I do have that in the Discord for you guys. We will go over that on the live stream today. So if you want to take Fernando and think he's hitting a yarn homer, take his fantasy score, man. It's up to you. Now let's talk some NBA because MLB is still early. I did want to give you guys the Chris Sale, and don't think that you can't take Ohtani. Problem is, if he does get intentionally walked, if you think he's going to get the intentional walks, the 8.5 fantasy score is the one you want because you're going to get points for that. Now, UnderDog and PrizePicks score differently. If you think he's just going to get a hit, you'd want to take his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He will need to get 2 hits or a hit and a run or a hit and an RBI. That's how these cash. And then if you think that he's just going to get a hit, 1 hit, you can take his Goblin. And then if you think he's going to get a double or 2 hits, 2 singles, you can take his 1.5 bases Demon. You see that they made this a Demon today, which is crazy. 1 double, 1 home run, 1 triple. That's actually a good Demon. I will have exposure to this Demon today. I really don't care. But if we price shop Mr. Yarny, you can see that his 1.5 under is minus 130 because it's the pitching matchup, it's being juiced. Let's see about Mookie. Mookie is same thing with him. They got Tio. It's Dodger Roulette every night. Some of these books aren't even going to have lines on them. My man Manny, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, minus 125, minus 125. So you could just go there. Fantasy scores. I think I've spoken enough about MLB. Remember, we're just getting our feet wet. We don't really have the full picture yet. Last season's data is last season. We can't really just be making moves based on that. But we are going to transition and talk about some NBA. There will be more MLB analysis today on the live stream, however. Now, first things first. They left it up here. And Edwards over half a dunk, folks. They usually take this off. Look at this. We want to talk about wagon. We are going to go to my new favorite app, Pick Finder, baby, where I offer you guys 10% off for life. NWO for life. So the best way to do this is get their 3-month package. I think it's like $45. You get 10% off for life. Bang, you're locked in. Or you can do the monthly package. It's $15. It's cheap. It's the way to go. You can see here Anthony Edwards over half a dunk. Bang. Last 500%. Last 10, 90%, last 15, 73%, head-to-head, 52%. He's on a streak of 7. I mean, folks, similar players, only 10 of 33, but I couldn't care less. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. If he sells, what, chat? He sells. In fact, I think you could probably take this with a taco if you really wanted to. I mean, I like the 1v1 with Joker and Edwards. A favorite line for Joker would probably be his points, rebounds, which I think they bumped it up on PrizePicks, unfortunately. Let's see. Nope, 39.5. It is still there. I do think those are good lines. I don't love anything at the full line on Taco Tuesday, but I do believe the Goblins are in play. Joker should turn up. He always does in this spot. You can see there it's only 2x if you did default to the Goblin, which isn't too bad, but it is Taco Tuesday, so you can take 1 pair with the Taco and then half of whatever your amount is, and then take a 5-man flex and go from there. So we talked about Ant Edwards. There's a couple other ones from Ant Edwards that could be in play, but this can't be denied. I'm telling you guys, the similar players on this app is mint, so do not forget, you get 10% off for life. Let's look at Emmanuel quickly. 10RA, check it. Last 5, 100%. Last 10, 80%. Last 15, 73%. The head-to-heads are abysmal, but he's on a streak of 7, so we're going to go here. It does have push equity. You can see the range of outcomes, but check this. Similar players, 22 of 36 have hit the over. Other point guards, you can see which ones have. My GOAT, Alexander with 12 in only 27 minutes. A non-GOAT, the furthest thing from the GOAT, Dinwiddie, 19 in 36 minutes. Luka, a wannabe GOAT, 18. Westbrook, 15. Murray, 12. Doncic again, 14. Devin Booker, 11. If those guys can get there, Collier, 14. I think Quickly can get in there. Now, their team is absolute garbage for the most part, but I do think you got to pay attention to Quickly at 10RA. And it does have that push equity. So those are some NBA plays. Now I want to show you something real quick on Parlay Play. They have a discount right now, well, a boosted payout of Tatis Fernando, OG Mudbone shout out, 1.45x on his hits. That's a great payout for half a hit for this gent. And then you can see Denny Avija's first quarter points at 4.5. I'd alternate. The normal line is 5.5. PrizePicks doesn't even have a first half for him. UnderDog does, which we will go over there momentarily. And then you can see I took the alternate line with Emmanuel Quickly 8.5 RA, and then I took the alternate line with Josh Giddey, 33.5 PRA, and I'm going to be going with this. So you can see right there, I locked it in. I threw 10 on it. I think I only had like 10 left in my parlay play. I threw that on there. Denny Avija, Josh Giddey, Tatis quickly. Tatis is the boost. You can take that with a 1v1 if you want. Whatever you want to do here. You don't have to tail direct. The last one I gave out, which was the last video I made, we got it all except for the discount promo that they did, which was Grimesy hooked. It was 5 of 6 or 4 of 5. Hopefully we can get this done. Promo code CRUSH will get you 100% deposit match and a free square plus 30 days of my Discord for free. But you have to send email with the picture proof of deposit. No games. So lock those in, mix and match however you want to do that. And then over here on UnderDog, you can see Denny Avija, 11.5 first half points I took. Now, normally his line is at 10, but what can you do? It's only available on UnderDog and it's 11.5. And Paolo Banchero, 20.5 PRA. It was 21 on PrizePicks. I took the discount here. If he gets 21, it's not a push, it's a cash. So I put 10 to win 30 here. Just because it's Taco Tuesday doesn't mean they're the only books in town. There is also a free square on UnderDog if you deposit using code CRUSH, and they match at the highest level, your deposit match. So make sure you lock in. You got UnderDog, ParlayPlay, PrizePicks, 30 days of the cord. Email me. Tail these or fade, whichever you want to do. Now, there's a couple other things I want to go over here real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. I got to get ready for that live stream today. And speaking of that live stream, I want to tell you guys how you can lock in and get involved at 5:30 Central. You go to CaptainCrush.net. It is the gold package, $24.99 a month. This will give you access to my live streams Monday through Friday, my slips that I put out, my personal slips, my projection sheets, my fantasy projection sheets. NBA looks just like this. Player name Dyson Daniels, points 14, rebound 6, assists, steal, block, all of it. I have the same thing for MLB. They also do the fantasy scores once negative's done. I will also give you a prop playlist that is sent right to your phone, but is also in the Discord. It looks just like this. This was over the weekend on Sunday, my sister's wedding. I was still cooking. Duran, sword. Dante, ejected, first quarter. Tobias Harris, DNP. Denny, sword. Dyson, sword. Scotty Scheffler, gut call, came in second place. Cash it. Wyndham Clark, 4.5 birdies, cash it. And then the MLB, Ella De La Cruz, more 5 bases, cash it. Aaron Nola, cash. Quan, cash. JP Sears, cash. And Pavetta, oh my goodness, the hook job, absolutely criminal. He didn't get there, but this is what you can expect, as well as these slips right here sent right to your phone. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, Dante DiVincenzo got ejected and they didn't do the reboot for us, but this is what to expect in addition to the projection sheets. Now, quick shout outs real quick to guys like Goal, Spartan, Houston, Eddie. I'm sure there's names that I'm missing. They post each and every day, more value in the Discord. They were helping out when I was gone, even though I was sweeping. They still helped out when I was gone. So appreciate everyone for being patient and helping out while I was gone. The teamwork makes the dream work. That is why my community is top 3. Okay, we're number 1. Make no mistake about it. So you can get in the mix. I got people that have been in here since the inception, over 2 years running. So again, the promo code is MLB, all caps, and that will get you in new members your first month for $14.99, as you can see there. So go ahead and get it in there while you can. Lock in, because the live stream today is at 5:30 Central. Now let's see if we can find anything else real quick before we get out of here. Now, it looks like Trae Young has as an assist line at 10.5 or 11. This is probably going to be something we want to consider. Looks like they did just bump it up to 11, but we can check it out on Pick Finder right quick. And at 10.5, you can see 80% last 5, 60% last 10, 66 last 15, 50% head to head. This is 10.5, but remember, we need 11. Similar players, 0 of 35 have hit the over, so we will probably actually fade that. Even though he's probably primed to hit it, I'm just going to leave it alone. Beal supposedly is coming back into the mix, but guys, I am here for it. Maybe you could go with Beal, but obviously Booker sold everybody last game. People are going to be upset about it. Maybe you could go back to him. It's not going to be a big day today. It's just going to be tacos, getting the pairs for our 2 and 3X, a 5X flex, and that's going to be it. We are going to be doing this on the live stream today, guys. I am going to have those shorts and the hit play of the days coming out for MLB. I appreciate you guys being patient. Guys, I really do appreciate you guys watching this channel each and every day when the videos are up. Family comes first in all things, and that is priority above all of this. And second, you guys, my YouTube and my Discord, you guys are also my second family. So I put you guys above everything else except for my direct family. So I am very thankful for you guys tuning in. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests, and as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.